Microsoft's Windows 10 operating system has been out for a while, but it's actually being used to power smartphones now as well. I'm Nick Gray from HDblog, and this is our review of the Microsoft Lumia 950. This is the Microsoft Lumia 950, the very first smartphone running on the Windows 10 platform. Based on its specs, the Lumia 950 is actually a quite impressive device. It comes with a 5.2-inch Quad HD display, Snapdragon 808 processor, 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of internal storage, 20 megapixel camera on the back, and a removable 3000 mAh battery. If you're a fan of Windows Phone 8, Windows 10 will certainly be a delight. The OS has received a handful of tweaks which improve the overall user experience, but it still falls short when compared to Android or iOS. Voice dictation is finally here, the quick toggle panel can now be expanded, notifications can be dismissed one at a time, and there's even a quick reply feature which allows you to reply to things like text messages without even opening the app. You can even add wallpapers to your start screen. Imagine that. Since I do a lot of typing on my phone, I'm in love with the new keyboard cursor, which is probably the best way to navigate text on a mobile device. But Windows 10 still looks and feels much like Windows Phone 8. Besides the newly installed apps showing up at the top, the app list still looks the same. There are now icons to help you navigate the settings menu, but the organization of the settings still doesn't make a lot of sense. For instance, you have to navigate the Settings, System, About, and scroll down to the very bottom to find the Reset Your Phone option. The design of the Lumia 950 is bland at best. The best way to describe it is a prototype phone that somehow made it to production. The front is covered with a single slab of glass, while the back and the sides of the phone are wrapped in a soft-touch polycarbonate shell with an aluminum ring around the camera lens. The phone looks fine, but there's nothing really that distinguishes the 950 from other Lumia devices which sell for less than half of its $600 asking price. While performance on Windows smartphones is typically great, the Lumia 950 is a bit of a disappointment. It does fine within apps and games, but navigating the OS feels a little bit slower than what we're used to. Even the camera app is slow to load, and autofocus seems to get lost a lot more often than it should. Fortunately, the images from the 20 megapixel sensor are quite good, and the dedicated shutter button on the side of the phone makes taking those pictures quite enjoyable. You can manually tweak the settings if you want to capture the perfect shot, but you'll still end up with a decent picture if you keep everything set to auto, just as long as you give the phone a few seconds to focus before pressing the shutter button. In addition to being a smartphone, the Lumia 950 can also double as a desktop computer thanks to the Continuum feature in Windows 10. Using the Microsoft Display Dock, a keyboard, and a mouse, the 950 can give you a near desktop experience. First-party Microsoft apps like Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and even Outlook offer an amazing experience when connected with a keyboard and a display, but the list of compatible Continuum apps isn't very extensive. And that's the main flaw with Microsoft's mobile operating system. While Android and iOS have a near limitless supply of good apps, Windows 10 Mobile still lacks some of the basics. Now that its mobile and desktop operating systems can run the same universal apps, Microsoft is hoping that its app developers will finally see Windows as a viable app platform, but it simply isn't there yet. With its unimpressive hardware design and lackluster performance, the Microsoft Lumia 950 is a mediocre phone at best. The only people who should consider buying the phone are those who are already in love with Microsoft's mobile platform. If you're interested in making the jump from Android or iOS to Windows 10 Mobile, I suggest waiting for Microsoft's next generation flagship phone, which will probably be out in the second half of 2016. Thanks for watching our review of the Microsoft Lumia 950. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more videos from us as soon as they're available.